In a world where good decisions are optional, one man logged into the chaos of an online auction and immediately ignored every red flag, buying a machine he might wish he hadn't, traveling across states, chasing a deal that probably wasn't one. Rises a skid steer with a name that warns you up front. De regret V1000.
Alright guys, we just left Equipbit in Osawatomie, Kansas. Been here several times, probably bought I think 4 or 5 different items from them at this point, maybe even a little more. They're always fantastic to work with. This time I worked with a lady named Candace, even several days before the auction. I had some questions about the machine, got some extra pictures. She was amazing to work with. So if you guys are looking at doing these auctions, I can recommend the one in Osawatomie, Kansas. And if you can speak to Kansas, she's there. When you go to their website in Equipbit, she's their affiliate contact is what they have her listed as. And I just text that number and she answered. So it was awesome and I appreciated it. I don't know if you can tell what we got. I don't know if you've seen it or where I'm going to put this in the video. But it's on the trailer behind us. You can see it out the back window, and it is much larger and heavier than I anticipated. Like, I had a good idea, but basing it off other ones I've had, this is something else. So whenever we get at home, we're going to do some playing with it, get it off the trailer. Of course, the normal of change all the fluids, grease everything, just kind of shake it down. And so we'll do a video of that, and I'll see you guys when we get there. All right guys, here it is, the
De regret V1000.
It's setting itself apart for sure. There's still your little nuance, like these feel kind of cheap, just like they do on the excavators that have the pilot controls, but yet still way better than your typical Chinese auction skid steer. The meters are the gauges. Digital gauges look nice. They're somewhat in line. I do wish we could start getting these in Fahrenheit. I can hear the fuel pump running. You do have, if you turn it to the left, you can preheat glow plugs. Let's see, oil light, battery light. Did that come on when I did the glow plugs? Yep, the glow plug light came on. Coolant level. Oops. So here's all your controls for the pilot. That's the bucket side. And then that's your auxiliary. These pads feel really good. I'm excited for this. They have these as lift points, but I'm pretty sure on a regular durette that this is counterweight area. So I want to look into figuring out if I can purchase some counterweights for it. This is a screen that there's just a vent behind here. I haven't pulled this off yet. I guess it's just a filtering screen. I don't know that you can take it out without bending it. So I haven't messed with it yet, but we're going to at some point. There are rubber cushions for the step when it's down. And then there's a bolt right there. You could bolt this to lock your step up. I may look and see if I can't find some kind of pin system. I don't know, might not be worth it. I probably won't have it up very much. One of the other things that's really nice is this has the grease tensioning for the tracks. Just pump your grease into there. This is a very large machine, you guys. Like this is nice. I am so far very thankful I got it. We haven't got to use it or anything, and we're gonna, like I said, we need to change the fluids and stuff in it before we use it. So the problem with that is, I don't want to just change the fluids. I already know that on the Kubota D1105, getting to the oil filter and changing the oil later down the road is a pain in the butt. And thankfully, one of the YouTubers I follow somewhere in Oklahoma, he recently came out with a video with all the parts you need to do a oil filter relocation kit. So I took and expanded upon his kit a little bit. So if you want the exact parts, you'll have to go to his channel and watch that video. It's a great video. He explains it really well. But where he used barb fittings and regular hose, I've chose to use 10 AN fittings and 10 AN hose. And I'm just waiting on the actual relocate adapter to show up. So once that shows up, I'll do the oil. But for now, we can do the hydraulic. And I have no idea how much hydraulic fluid this thing holds. But there is a hydraulic window there. And to me, so that's all that cylinder is out. And I'm pretty sure these ones in the back, they are fully collapsed. So what I'm thinking is this thing came to me already low. So it definitely needs to be changed. I haven't done anything but drive it off the trailer to right here. Now with that being said, I did get this from the auction. It was displayed as new, and all I've done is drive it off the trailer. When I went and picked it up, they loaded it on the trailer with a forklift. But at some point, let's see if we start here. I don't know if you can see that, but it has 0.4 hours on it somehow. So somebody's used it, played with it, tested it, something of that nature. Here's the plate. All right, guys, there's the tag for the pump. That's the closest I can get to it. Hopefully you can see it. Honestly, don't know if you'll be able to. I can try from the inside, but I don't know if it'll be any clearer. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it. I can't see, my hand's just down there. I have no idea what you're looking at, so I'm just gonna kind of move it around.